Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using this kit, Scraptastic kit. I'm showing you some of the products I may be using. It came with this wood veneer. I cut down the pictures already because it was at the swimming pool, and some of the other picture there was other kids that I didn't know in the pictures, so I didn't want, to put them on YouTube, so I just cut them out before I started the video. This wood veneer came in the kit, and I'm going to use some ink, and I'm going to ink up the pattern because that's all I want was the pattern. I'm going to do it on vanilla, and then I don't know what I was looking at. I thought my paper was more vanilla than white, but it wasn't. It's more white than vanilla, so then I'm going to do the whole thing again on white cardstock after I get it all done. So this is the 8th layout. It took me 55 minutes. I have a list. I have this little journal that I got probably 10 years ago, and it was to do sketches and stuff, and I still have quite a bit. So what I do is I put down the number of the layout, and then because then I also have number of process videos on my YouTube. I have the title, and I put the number of minutes, and then I also put the number that it is for the layout this year. So this is the 57th layout for 2014. And I had totally skipped this layout. And when I started doing the voiceover, I'm like, it's not there. So I'm actually a layout ahead than what I thought, which is good. So I mounted those pictures on some pattern paper that came in the kit. It was a light blue or aqua pattern paper. I then used, it was all like numbers and on this pattern paper in all bright colors, and I'm going to use that. And I think the back side is the back side of that blue pattern that I'm at the photo is the polka dots, and it all coordinates. It's all from Echo Park, I believe, but I think I showed the manufacturer strip at the beginning. I thought maybe, you know how I like to use the label, the leftover label? Well, that was the leftover sticker, and I thought maybe I could use it on this layout, but I'm going to decide to use the sticker itself, and I'll keep the leftovers for another layout. At first, I think I'm going to put the pattern paper on that side, but then I want the focus to be more on the picture of him holding that he had passed his level of swimming. So I'm going to move everything over. And this is where I was looking at the pattern papers going, that's not cream. It's not white, but it's more white than it is cream. So I did the whole thing over again on white. And I'm going to go over it a little quicker. I don't mind if it's really, orange. I just want the pattern to be there. And then once I'm done the page 2, I'm going to do that pattern at the top right of the layout because I wanted it somewhere else. So I'm just going to, after the whole page is done and I'm ready to take the picture, I kind of lift the pattern paper, stick that wood veneer underneath, and just add a little bit of color. And I like that a whole lot more. And basically that's going to be all the pattern papers that I'm going to use on this layout. Like I said, I'm just going to move the polka dots over to the right. I'm going to cut down that sticker. I was going to use my trimmer to cut it down, but I wanted it kind of wonky. And again, instead of a strip of pattern paper, I just used the sticker at the top and the bottom just to kind of define again, this is where the page starts, this is where the page ends. And then I decide that I was going to move that pattern paper over to the right. And now I'm looking at the stickers that came in the kit, and there's one that says you're my number one, and so I want to use that. And the tool that I was just using there, it's called an EK Success powder tool, and it holds powder in the barrel, and when you shake it over or rub it onto the sticker, the powder transfers over to the sticker and it takes the stickiness away so that you can move it around. When you're ready to glue it down, you can add quick dry adhesive or ATG tape, whatever method of glue that you use. Now I'm going through my little iris container with all the different die cuts and chipboard pieces that came in this month's kit. I'm going to find a transparency that I like. I'm going to use it on this layout. I took like 3 or 4 of them because I wasn't sure which I wanted to use, so I wanted a variety. I'm going to use that colorful viewfinder. And again, what I like to do is once I know how I want my layout, then I kind of have a second stage to this, and then I start bringing in a lot of the embellishments. So now sometimes I start the video and I have all the embellishments picked out, and that's usually when I'm like so ready to scrap and my battery's dead and I can't scrap because I just finished a layout, but I'm not ready to go to bed because it's not late, and then I'll go through the process of finding the background papers, the pictures, all the embellishments, and then I have everything ready. But if I get up in the morning and my battery is all charged up and I'm ready to go, and then I do it in 2 stages. I just choose the papers, get that done, and then I get the rest of it done. Now, I used one of the transparencies directly over the photo, which I almost never do, but I did it this time. And then there was a die cut that said "For the Win," and I stapled that onto the picture, and I was laughing. I showed my son the layout, and I said, "Oh, look, I kind of covered that you're actually wearing shorts there." And he said, "Well, Mom, I'm at the pool. Everybody has to wear shorts." So I said, "Yeah, I know, but it's just kind of funny that I didn't even notice till I think I was in bed, and kind of, my brain is, and that's a problem that I have. My brain doesn't stop when I go to bed. I'm having lately a lot of issues going to sleep, and my brain just keeps going, and I wish it would just kind of take a break and go to sleep. But sometimes it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning before I go to sleep, and then by the time it's time to get up, I'm like, I can't. I'm just so exhausted. So hopefully this doesn't last too long. It's only been for the last week or so. And my grandson is sick, so I don't know if that's why, because I'm worried about my little peanut, but maybe that's it. Anyway, now I wanted to use those letters that came in the kit last layout, and it didn't work out because there was no orange, but this one I'm like, I'm going to make sure that there's orange because I love those letters. So I used it on this layout, and the title is just "So Proud," because he was so proud that he got his badge for his swimming. And then I'm going to use 2 of those little stars, and I thought I was going to put it around the title, but I'm going to decide against it. I was going to put I took one of the die cuts that has a little quotation and it's a little speech bubble. I thought I was going to put something else there, and then I decided that I was going to put the title there. So I won't need the stars there. I'm going to put them somewhere else, and I'm going to put different stars in there. Why? I don't know. Just because that's how I felt at the time. Sometimes there's no really rhyme or reason. It's just because of just how it feels at the moment. Now, one thing I do with my quick dry adhesive, if I know that I want to put something in behind it, I put the glue on top. If I know I want to put something in front of it, then I put the glue in the back of the die cut, if that makes any sense. So if I want to layer in behind, I put the glue in the front. If I know I want to put something in front of it, I put the glue behind. And then that way it doesn't stop me from layering. Now, I used one of that little clock that came in the kit, because I figured, swimming, they get timed and they have to do so many laps and everything is timed. So I thought that's probably one of the only layouts that I'd be able to use that clock that I can think of this month anyway. I have pretty much all my pictures picked out already for the layouts I want to do this month, because again, I went through my 2006 photo box, and took out a whole bunch of photos. So those are the photos I'm going to scrap with this kit, with the exception, like the other day I picked newer pictures. It was about Valentine's Day, and I'll be doing that voiceover probably tomorrow. So anyway, today's March 15th, Saturday. We've been at a hockey tournament all weekend. We got to leave in about an hour and go to our last game before, deciding if we're moving on. If we win this game, we're moving on to the semifinals. Yesterday, we won 3-0. My son had 2 goals and 1 assist. Oh my gosh, I was so proud. He was the MVP of the game. He had an amazing game. He played like a rock star. Everybody was like, "What did you feed him?" He had a really good game. He was right in. He loves tournaments. He loves tournaments more than he does regular games, just because he's sort of like his mom, right? And there's a beginning and an end, and there's a goal at the end, because if they win the banner. And regular season games, it just feels forever before they see an end. Although they did really well. They finished in second place, and we're going to the semifinals on Wednesday for that. So all that to say, my voice is a little wonky from all the hockey games, and yesterday's rink was freezing. I've never been to a rink that was so cold in my life. It was an old arena, and it was, oh my goodness, it was so cold. And I've been feeling a little sick ever since. So if my voice is kind of wonky, I apologize. And plus, I'm doing 3 voiceovers today because I really want to stay ahead of the game. And now I'm gluing down some stars that came in this month's kit, and I'm using my This to That dot adhesive. And the reason I didn't use my quick dry adhesive, because I wasn't sure of the placement of the stars, and I kind of figured that I may want to move them around, so that's why I used the quick dry adhesive, or the This to That dot adhesive, so I could move it around. Now the journaling on this page is very simple. I put it right next to the star, so the star looks like it's the dot, like you can put like an arrow or on the page to kind of start your journaling. So I just put, "You were so proud to get your badge, ... And that's the journaling on this page. Now I'm going to add 3 or 4 colors to this layout, quite a bit. 4: a navy, a red, a yellow, and an orange. And it's just to add some of the brightness that came with this layout. I added 3 little flags that came from the sticker sheet to the top left with an enamel dot and some twine. I added the title with the Teresa Collin little alphas and oh my goodness, I can't talk. Alphas and numbers. I love those. They're only $1.99, and there's 900 stickers that comes in the package, and you can get them at Simon Says Stamps. And I'm trying to see if I used some older products on this layout. I don't think I did. I used everything that came in the kit. Although, I mean, you could say that some of my Mr. Huey is older products, because I've had those for some of them years and years. But this one was pretty much all new products. And it doesn't mean that every layout I'm going to have to use older products. It's just I'm going to try and do it as much as I can this month. And now you can see some close-ups. And again, I'm uploading some pictures to way more places. You can join me on Facebook, and the link is in the description. It automatically uploads to Twitter. I upload to Pinterest, A Cherry on Top, 2 Peas in a Bucket, Scraptastic blog, and Facebook group, and on Instagram. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.